What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Now, Luna Classic has had some pretty interesting news today. We saw a good green candle on the day, outstripping the rest of the cryptocurrency market. But what is going on, and why is Terraform Labs going to be a huge part of this ecosystem? And Dukwon, what is happening with Dukwon? Well, we're going to break it down for you all in this video, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. We talk about cryptocurrency every single day, and if you're bullish on Luna Classic and want to see more, smash that like button, turn your notification bell on, and let's get straight into this video. So the overall market, about 1.59 trillion, just got into a new day here in the UK, and we actually see a little bit of a movement to the upside for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a few others. Now, if we come down the list, Terra Luna Classic's been having a pretty interesting week. We tend to kind of see this decline in the price, and then all of a sudden we get this nice big move. So you can see there, look, 8% over the last 24 hours with a 1621 current price point. You can see there, look, volume up around 231 million. Remember, it's important because we are continuing to burn from Binance. They will continue to burn that, particularly when you start looking at the pairs. That Lunk Tri and Lunk USDT pairing could give us a significant burn at the next point, and our market cap still hovering around 950 million, just below that $1 billion market cap, which would be good if we can get that back. So what's going on? I'm going to kind of go on a slightly different narrative with this, but ultimately we see Luna's having a pretty good rise. Why? The new CEO, Chris Amani, he's ultimately talking about the development of what they are doing, particularly the Terra ecosystem and what is coming. Now, we know that Terraform Labs committed over $10 million to the ecosystem, and we know that from about 4 months ago, we interacted and came back under some level of partnership is probably the best description of it with Terraform Labs. Now, he is quoted by saying, questioning the secret behind the price increase, Amani said the source of the increase was Terraform Labs' uninterrupted, continued development of Terra. In addition, Amani claimed that developer activity, far from stagnating, is increasing. Now, you have to remember, ultimately their narrative originally is with the Luna chain, but bipartisan, we get it on the Luna Classic side of things as well, and we have done ever since. The two are intrinsically linked, and in my opinion will forever be linked as well. It says, continue to explain the reasons for the rise. Amani reminded that the Terra community is the largest community within the Cosmos ecosystem, and argued that the developers returned to Luna after the collapse. Total market value of Luna, Lunk, and USTC cryptocurrencies at this level of $310 million at the time of writing this article. However, before the crash, Luna alone had a market capitalization of over 90 billion. Now, we all know that was, but this shows they are building on both Luna and, like I said, as almost a byproduct, they're going to be supporting the Luna Classic chain. Now, we know there's games coming. I've told you guys, I've been talking to developers about those. They are going to be coming onto our chain very, very soon, as well as some new burn initiatives, a new burn project, Fire Token. Again, if you haven't seen my review video, definitely check that out. That's coming as well pretty soon. So again, definitely a positive narrative. We have to remove supply. That is just the reality, and we'll take a look at that proposal in just a minute. However, Dukwon ultimately has had his extradition cancelled. Now, a lot of this price movement, a lot, can be down to things like this. I think a lot of people are nervous that Dukwon still has some sort of access to TFL and maybe other pets. We know that not to be the case, but the Montenegro court cancelled the extradition approval for Terra founder Dukwon to the USA. Now, Dukwon wanting to be trialed in South Korea as opposed to the US for obvious reasons. We saw what happened with Sam Bankman-Fried. The reality is the same will happen probably to Dukwon. But here is the important part when it comes to this. It was about irregularities or not being given the correct facts in his appeal hearing. So very interesting how this one goes. Procedural errors and lack of clarity. Remember, this was for evading and passport misuse over in Montenegro. So not really anything to do with the Luna ecosystem. But it's, again, interesting that we see a price movement as well as Dukwon being kept in Montenegro. I think some people want to see him come back. Some people don't. Let me know in the comments which one you sit in. And finally, I wanted to touch again on this proposal, and I don't know if there was some confusion in my video yesterday. Ultimately, it's a 1.5% tax. 1.2% of that is the burn narrative. So we'd move from 0.4 to 1.2. Just want to make that clear. The other parts will go into funding, staking rewards, community pools, etc., etc. What is it looking like at the minute? Well, it doesn't, in my opinion, look like this is going to go through. Obviously, we'll kind of see. The burn narratives are important. I'm not saying they're not. However, we know that by messing around with the taxes, we know that the Binance always, have been kind of adverse to this. And actually, that's how we lost 50% of of our revenue burns from Binance. If we hadn't changed anything, potentially they would have still been burning 100% of the supply. So we'll keep an eye on this one. Look, supporting the community pool, funding the Oracle pool in terms of staking rewards, all of that has to be factored into anything that we do. And equally, like I said, staking rewards and the community pool is important to keep it topped up. And this proposal does absolutely set out to do that. The big debate for me is 1.2% burn tax versus 0.4. Do we really think that shifts the narrative? I'll let you guys take a view on it, but we'll see. We'll keep you posted on this one. What I think is good, however, is the development of it. People thinking and bringing new ideas to the table. We have to continually develop on the Luna Classic, and that not necessarily is apps, but people, holders, investors, and everything else. So look, that can be a good news story as well. So what's going on with the price right now? Well, we're currently sitting at around 16,289 in a green candle right now, and actually above the volume price index, this green line here on the 4-hour chart. So looking pretty good for Luna Classic. Now, there's a couple of points we need to break above. You can see this kind of strong line at the 16.8. Likewise, this higher time frame here on this 18.2 line, and then back up to the kind of 2. So we need to continue to move. What's good news though, on the Oscillator Pro here, looking like we are about to see some more momentum upwards. We'll see. It's very early on in the night for me, and equally we're seeing a very green market as we had a very, very red market yesterday. But actually, Luna Classic right now looking like we could get some continuation of the upside. And actually, if you take this in its entirety, there's only 4 candles there that's in the red. The rest are green. So the momentum certainly is to the upside. So fingers crossed we see a little bit more with Luna Classic. Time will only tell. Good to see proposals. Let me know as ever though in the comments, what do you think of that burn 1.2 with the additional to the community pool and the staking rewards? And as ever, I will see you guys all in the next one, but don't forget to subscribe on your way out. See you soon. Bye-bye.